that's what kind of was frustrating with the Joe Budden versus Charlamagne shit too, because it's like we're huge and we got to fight for our shit. Imagine what these niggas that ain't even like us, like imagine what we'll have to go through to get some type of just respect in a sense. Like, bro, how the hell y'all disrespecting Joe Budden podcast like they don't have no value?
Yeah.
Like, so it's like when you look at it, like
I don't. My thing with his thing is
like
I don't understand what. Okay, I seen the thing that they didn't get. They asked for money. They gave him. They offered him watches. They offered him use watches, which that's a slap in the face. So I'm the biggest podcast on the platform, because he was number one every week on a platform. So I'm assuming if you put him number one, I don't know how your analytics look.
The analytics.
If he's number one, I'm assuming you put him number one because the numbers are warranting a number one slot.
Yeah.
And then it was coincidence that as soon as he was like kind of on the outs of Spotify, he just dropped to 17 magically after 2 years of being number one. That looks a little fishy. But my thing with his rant about Spotify and people not showing you your true value, I need to see what he does. Like, I need to see what his next deal is. Because if he just goes and signs with Apple Podcasts on another, like, whatever, same type of deal, did you learn your lesson? Or do you just, like I said, it's us two like, looking at their setup, I'm sure there's not too much production value in what they do. Do your own shit. Get your own ads,
I don't think that he was mad. I think Spotify was just like.
And I would like to know, but because he says it's not about money.
Well,
then I want to know what it's about.
Well, they never gave him the bonuses. Like they went like it. This was a series of events that's unfolded by like a misbehavior by Spotify and not treating them right. It wasn't just like, oh, y'all didn't give us our number. It was like y'all came up and offered us vacation time, then took that away. Y'all offered us bonus money, then took that away. Now it's time for renegotiations, and y'all acting like we gave y'all a number, and y'all like we gonna because they said somebody just did this. Spotify. They was like it was a number given to us, and they don't want to adjust off of it or some shit like I don't know. It was something to do with Apple and whatever, because Apple like doing $15 for whatever. But
the bundle and
and Spotify don't like that. And he was like, "Oh, it sounds like y'all understand, but y'all don't want to understand our problem." But
I think his thing was Spotify was saying they want. I don't know, whatever Maul's doing, he said he's doing something. They want Rory's, like they want an assortment of things for a set amount of money when the podcast itself is probably worth more
than what they were offering for
everything
all the bundle.
Packed together. Like, why am I going to give you everything for this amount when the podcast alone? Now, I understand that. Like, that makes sense to me, right? But if you, now I'm going to say I don't think he was necessarily comparing himself to a Bill Simmons and a Gimlet and a whatever. Joe Rogan. Yeah. But what was I saying? Oh, I don't even know. I read. They're gonna get 250. They're gonna get 250. Whatever they got.
You talking about Bill Simmons?
250. Yeah, Bill Simmons and them got 250 million. But they own entire networks of podcasts, right?
Yeah.
If Spotify, I'm gonna give you 50 podcasts that range from sports to politics to this to that, pop culture. 250. Bill Simmons is one of the biggest podcasts in the world. If you look at the analytics, he's one of the biggest, so I'm sure that's a driving force. I get that. Now I said this. I said if Joe Rogan's podcast, now I don't know if Joe Rogan's getting $100 million a year for 3 years, or if he's getting $100 million over 3 years.
Probably over 3 years.
If he's getting $100 million over 3 years, he's getting $33 million. Like I said, I kind of wish Joe was talking about money because it'd be easier to kind of like dissect what the issues are.
Yeah.
If Joe gets $33 million a year, Joe Budden should get
10. So what you think they offered him, like 2?
He said they offered him like what's like a 2-figure million? What's that? The 8 figures? 8-figure deal. 10 million to 99 million. I mean, I just want to know what they offered you.
For how long though?
Yeah, that's true. Because I mean, he did 2 years last time, 2 years this time. I feel like it's more ways now to be. It's kind of like being independent, right? Because you don't have to exclusively go with Spotify. It ain't like it's not like if you don't sign with Spotify, you can't put your podcast on Spotify. Because we're on Spotify, we're on iTunes, we're on this. And I don't know.
Why would you dare put yourself on Spotify if you don't get that same value for free? Like, why would you just put it on there for free?
Because at some point you're just gonna do the ad, like Joe Rogan. Joe Budden's podcast is huge, right? Mm-hmm. For some reason, he's like, I see him like making fun of people that do ads. I don't understand the logic because like Joe Rogan did ads and he was getting like
Well,
millions
he wasn't making fun of ads. He was talking about Spotify wanting to go back through all of their old episodes and then just put ads in.
Well, no, that's different. I'm talking about just being like, all right, guys, this episode is brought to you by Squarespace. We're not like Spotify.
Well, he was just saying they don't want to do that, and that's just jokes. They wouldn't. I don't think they're being serious. Because he like he don't think that's what would be nice for his fans. And I mean, I wouldn't want to do that much either, but I mean, we would.
Nigga, I mean, so all right, we're about to take a break for Squarespace. Is going
Bluetooth.
Bluetooth is here today. MeUndies, we got MeUndies. I got some
Sherry's
right
Berries.
I mean, so doing ads like a but you know what I'm saying. I don't think it necessarily fucks up because your fans understand you got to make bread. Like if I'm entertaining you like this, and Joe Budden's about 3 hours for 2 times a week. I'm but ass now. Like I don't think the fans because the thing is ain't like his. I mean I don't know what everybody listens to. It's not his fans only listen to Joe Budden.
I can see
they listen to other podcasts that have ads in them hosts.
But Joe Rogan don't do ads either, do?
Yeah, not in the YouTube because he said that for some reason advertising agencies don't count your YouTube number. So he only puts it on like if you ever go to the audio, it'll be like in the beginning he'll do it and he don't do it. Some people do it beginning. Yeah. Middle and he does in the beginning, he doesn't. And Joe Rogan's just long. He does like 8 minutes worth of. Oh damn! And then he gets it started. Where Joe Rogan Experience? Let's go.
Oh yeah, I have. Yeah, you're right.
Damn,
I haven't watched it.
He been talking about Cash App for 5 minutes. But yeah, I mean, I get it. Just so you guys know, Joe Rogan was making $30 million a year before Spotify, so he may be getting $100 million a year.
Damn.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's independent making 30 a year. So Joe Budden, independent, if he does it right, could probably make like 15 million. But he said it's not about the money. It's about having ownership. It's like I just want to see I just gotta see what's next move.
Yeah,
I gotta see what the next move is.
I was gonna say that I could see how Spotify have a problem. Like you want more money, but you still don't do ads. And it's like
you don't want me to put ads on your old stuff and backtrack it to now. So how's the money work out for us?
I would think if anything, he just felt like that number still wasn't right. Even with saying, hey, all right, we ain't gonna do ads. Cool. We still feel like our number should be higher. Maybe that's.
But it's also like that Michael Jordan shit though. Maybe Joe Budden should get royalties because they can track it. Because Joe Budden, when he signs up, you watch the show, it says use code Joe. You can track that code Joe. And
they don't. Like they say they ain't want to give him that code. They ain't want to give him the analytics to that code.
That's that's when the trickery comes. Because like if he's telling me he made them 9 figures, which is $100 million and up. If he made them $100 million off of people signing up, think about that. They're probably gonna get that yearly. Yeah. So if I make you $100 million, you at least gotta give me 10.
Yeah, and it's not my fault if you can't keep them.
Yeah,
we brought them.
Yeah.
It's your job to keep them.
Yeah.
So yeah, I want at least 10% or something.
I do like Spotify better than Apple Music. It just looks the aesthetic just looks better.
I'm Apple Music all day, baby.
Spotify's like it's dark. It's like they show you the numbers and they like. It look the playlists are everything, and then at the end of the year they tell you like, oh, this is your most listened to. Here's a rewind to everything. I don't know.
That's what's up. I ain't gonna lie.
It's cool. I
wouldn't hate on that.
It's like it's just cool. Ooh, damn, rewind. I mean, I listen to Drake 7,000 times this year. Like it just tells you like your deep. They'll give you those analytics. They ain't gonna give you your. But that is true though, because if you go to Apple Music, well, no, they do give you podcast because they have a podcast portal where you can look up your numbers on Spotify.
Yeah, but I'm sure I don't know.
I'm sure when you're signed, it's a little bit different. They probably, you can't log into your. You can't log into your thing.
So how you feel about the Joe Budden versus Charlamagne? I know you.
I think that's stupid. I think that's stupid too because it's like, let me just say this. I think it's corny on both sides. Like Charlamagne to like downplay him or him. I think it's all corny on you. When Charlamagne wants to create a network, right? And do 50-50 with iHeart, which he works for, makes sense. Like we said, some people don't want to do the startup costs to pay these. Like Charlamagne probably don't have the money to pay these new podcasts the money that they deserve to sign them. So he's gonna use iHeart's money, right? And it's kind of like when I talk about Oprah, and I was like, why is he bringing up Oprah? Because Oprah doesn't own. Like when she started on,
I thought she did.
When she started on, she was 50-50 with the Discovery Channel. And he's 50-50 with iHeart. And then now to this day, she's down. Like they bought another piece. So they own 75 and she owns 25. Now, if he would have said Tyler Perry, that'd have been different. Tyler Perry owns all his content. He has a studio. He does all, you know what I'm saying? He licenses his shows to other people. But at the end of the day, if he wants to pull them off, when the deal's over, the shows are coming with me. And now he moved over to BET. So, I don't think there's nothing wrong with that because he may be signed with iHeart now, but say he gains enough equity and enough money and he buys his 50% back, he's able to run the Black Effect Network 100% on his own eventually. He did his thing. Now, okay, you got your own network. Now, maybe he gets his own network and he does a Bill Simmons type deal and he sells it for however much.
We shouldn't be counting Charlamagne pockets and his deals.
It's like, that's what we want to do. Is what we want to do.
Like as a man, we should not give one fuck about what Charlamagne moves is, as long as he's successful.
It's crazy to me how like when I was saying that Joe was manipulating his fan base when he's speaking about the smear campaign and shit like that on some of my video, I was just like, I just don't like because all these fans are gullible, right? Yeah. A lot of fans they don't think for themselves. They just listen and whatever they say it goes. I see people in Charlamagne's comments like, "Ha ha, you only own 50% of your."
Yeah, well, if my 50% is the same, 50%
might be worth $50 million.
That's what I'm saying.
Not
like,
at this point, but like, what are you talking
just
about?
in a sense, like if his $50 million is worth the same amount as theirs, it wouldn't even matter.
Like
even your 100%.
Revolt, does Diddy own 100% of Revolt? I don't know. I didn't look that up. He didn't mention Diddy, but like Diddy don't own Ciroc, but he promotes the hell out of it.
My only thing that I would add to it, I don't know who said this, but they were talking about how Stephen A. He may get 100 whatever.
No, Stephen A.'s worth more than $10 million.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. He may get 100 million whatever, but he got to be at NBA finals. He got to be up at 5 a.m. Like it, even if you that big, is it worth it to have to basically clock in like you got to? Yeah. So that's the thing I think Joe talking about with Charlamagne, but that's still a personal preference. Like
he might just like doing the radio.
But now he's trying to life,
transfer over to. Obviously, he's probably still do the Bridging the Idiots. I said a long time ago he probably should have. It's hard to tell people what to do in there because they know what the fuck they're doing. He's obviously successful. He's like he knows what the fuck he's doing. But I was like, why would he not do a Joe Rogan-esque type of? Does he really need the Breakfast Club? What do you think about the Breakfast Club?
He got a podcast too.
People, both of them are like that, just that interviewee, like one-on-one. Joe Rogan type shit.
Joe Rogan just starting it. It ain't like Joe Budden just starting it. It ain't like he just been out here doing it for years.
What you mean?
He just starting that pull up stuff. It ain't like he been. It only lasted.
No, I always wonder why he didn't do it on his own because like this guy just said.
I'm just saying it's probably in the works type shit. It ain't that far off.
But I mean, he been doing Breakfast for what 10, 20, 15, 12. How long he been doing Breakfast?
20 years, but. And how long he been popular? Like 5?
He been popular since we been in high school, right?
So
we was watching Breakfast Club like 2011, 20. We watched Breakfast Club for a long time.
So like 7, 8 years.
Now when he was the dark skinned Charlamagne, we watched like it's two like he's been through 2 different life phases. Like we seen the Charlamagne when he was sniffing the butt, sniffing their chair, like and then now we just went through whole eras worth of 2 different people.
Nah, so yeah, when you say it like that, I would agree. Yeah, he probably could have been did it.
Cause like let's just say. Like I said, we count pockets. Let's say him as a radio host, because I look at other radio hosts and how much they make. Rush Limbaugh makes 80. Howard Stern makes 100. Charlamagne is 3 people. I would say Charlamagne probably at least got to make 10 to 15 million. If he doesn't, then I think that's. If he's not getting that much, I think he's getting robbed.
Gail. Well, no, not Gail. What's the lady that interviewed R. Kelly?
Gail.
She make like. Some stupid. She made more than 10 million. So he making.
He got to be making something.
He making some bread.
So it's like, okay, if I'm making that money, it's also do I leave that money? This is guaranteed money. Like we're gonna get on the radio. We're gonna interview people. It's also that thing though. Me talking about him doing it on his own. That means he has to figure out how to get these people on the show. That ain't get booking people. He has to get this. He has to do this. Pay. When it's like when you work at iHeart, they do everything for you. You gotta worry about who's the next guest.
And I don't think that'll be a problem, but shit, sometimes this is a personal preference.
I don't think it's an issue. It's just like another layer of things you have to do, or do you just I'm gonna get 20 million here. I'm gonna just do it myself. But like I said, I think them both. It's just dumb. Y'all just both doing things that y'all want to do different routes. This was Joe Budden's last Spotify podcast today, so I am interested to see where they go from here. Because I heard Andrew Schultz talking about, he just made a comment like, are you going to just go and sign to another quote unquote daddy? Like you're just going to go sign to whatever? Or are you going to do like we do with Flagrant 2 where we have a Patreon that makes $70,000 a month. Schultz owns an ad agency where he gets ads for him and Bernidis and all these other podcasts and gets money that way. I said on my show, I said the white like conservative guys, like I said, there's a difference though because some they get more whatever. The way they're doing, I think people should look at that model. Like, I know people don't want to charge their fans for whatever, but it's like these guys are making tens of millions of dollars a year independently by just saying, "Hey, get the exclusive." Like if Joe Budden and them want to do 2 episodes a week, still after that's fine. If you want the second episode, just pay $5 a month.
Yeah, and just be more creative and give them more content.
Yeah, put the pull ups
pull-ups. Y'all already do 2 episodes
behind the scenes. Like, it ain't hard to incentivize people to
do stuff like sleepers.
The only thing is though, I seen people on there. They was like, it was in damn you banking. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm talking numbers.
Oh,
that's what
that means.
That's what I assume.
Oh, but anyways, damn you banking. That's funny.
You be knowing niggas' numbers, bro. We always say that shit.
I be wanting to know because I'm looking at those careers. I want to know what it looks like at the top.
Yeah.
Like when I see, like people don't like Richard Limbaugh, he's a conservative. When I see a nigga making $85 million a year from talking on the radio, I need to see that.
It helps you know numbers in negotiations because you're like, well, we know our numbers. We see it just.
I mean, yeah, it's like a negotiation type. Like, okay, Joe Rogan's getting 100 million. He's getting 16 million listeners a month. It's 100, whatever the fuck he's getting. Say getting 100, and I'm getting 50. You give him 100 million a year. You gotta give me 50. If I'm getting half the viewership, I should get half the amount of money. But I don't remember what I was saying. Oh, and you said $70,000. Not me. That's not me. I'm not. That's definitely not me. I wish, but that's not me. That's flagrant too. What was I saying?
The business models doing it.
Yeah,
like
these white conservative guys, they're doing these business models where they're making lots of money. They're doing it independently.
Patreon charging and being more creative.
They're not even doing Patreons. They just got their own websites, and they're like, hey, come to my website and
merch.
Pay here, merch and this and like if Joe Budden want to go fully independent,
he definitely can.
I think he's more focused on like, why am I not getting paid? He's trying to figure it out. Why is Apple not paying me, and why is Spotify? But I'm putting my content in for free, and they're eating off my content.
And then I would add just like say skits by somebody else skits. All right, so get money off. You hire some relation, put that on your shit. Try other people's shit. You can make more money.
I do believe that eventually Spotify is going to have to start paying podcasts because if you do think about it, say Joe Budden,
Apple don't even pay them though.
They should too. I mean, the only reason I don't really care about Apple not paying people is because they don't make the Apple podcast is free. Spotify you have to pay. I mean, you can listen to it for free, but a lot of people don't want to give them ads, so it's like you got to pay. Gotcha. So it's kind of like with streaming with music. If they say 1 million streams on Spotify gets an artist $7,000, if my podcast streams 1 million times, I should get $1 million because when they streaming, I'm not hearing no ads during people's songs. It's not like they're getting ad revenue. They're just people are streaming it. So eventually, I feel like that is the way that's going to go. And maybe that's why they're doing all these exclusive deals because they know that's going that way. And they're like, if I just sign them, I won't have to pay them for streams. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.